Hi guys, and welcome to another Thoughtscapes. Today I'm going to be talking to you about how you can tell the difference between a friend and a best friend. Guys, if you get to the end of this video and you thought that the content was pretty good, it was on point, you liked it, please do not forget to smash the like button. It really helps a small channel like me. Also, when you engage with my content, i.e. via the comments down below, it also helps promote my videos to a wider audience, and I would really appreciate if you could help me by putting in any kind of comments that you want to put in there, whatever it may be. You know what would really help a channel like me out is if you share this content. Perhaps tag your friend on this video and let them know exactly why they are your best friend. And lastly, subscribe to this channel if you like the content of this video and you want to see more of this type of content. My content is motivational in nature, but I do other random stuff like challenges, tags, and I want to diversify my content. So there is a lot to look forward to if you subscribe to my channel. With a best friend, if you haven't seen each other for a while, you can still manage to plug into each other like no time has passed. It could be weeks, it could be months, God forbid it could be a couple of years, but when you get back into that room together, you guys are like in sync. Yeah, you'll spend some time catching up on things that you've missed out on, but there is so much more outside of that you guys can talk about, whether it be current affairs, world subjects, gossip, even the best meme that you have found this week. No one you date will ever live up to the standards that your best friend has for you, because your best friend is fiercely protective. Your best friend will come for anyone who tries to date you, and it will take a very long time for your best friend to like the actual person that you're dating. Take note, I said like, I didn't even say love. Your best friend will be able to tolerate and accept that person that you're with, as opposed to friends who are quite open to accepting new people in your life quite readily, unless it is an obvious car crash from the get-go. And if they see that and they don't warn you about that, I would question whether they are actually your friends. Do you know what? My best friend did not like my ex whatsoever. My best friend used to call him out, used to say this and that about him. And me, stupidly being really in love, I was just like, you don't know him. Don't get involved. You don't know everything about the relationship. Lo and behold, my best friend was right. To be fair with you, my best friend has not liked any of my exes, and with good reason, because now they are in the ex zone. There was clearly something not quite right with them or with the relationship, and she could foresee that, you know, all the way into the future. She knew. She's so wise, and she knows what I should be looking for before I even know what I should be looking for. Like, the wisdom and the advice that I get from my best friend is second to none, and I spent a long time not listening to the advice that she's been giving me, and she has stuck around, and that's why I know she's a best friend, because she could have just left my ass and let me get on with all the car crashes, but she stayed, she remained, and she saw me through all the different heartbreaks that I have experienced over my life. So my best friend, she's amazing. You don't need to rely on reminiscing on the past, because you and your best friend appreciate each other and you can enjoy each other right here and right now. As you are, whatever you're doing, you don't need to cling on to those memories to have a conversation with each other. One way to realize whether you have outgrown a friendship is because all you talk about is the past. You can't even relate or talk about anything about the present or the future. It's just that you don't have that connection anymore, and the only thing that connects you guys is your past. You don't always have to see eye to eye. You can be very different with your best friend and still call them your best friend. If I had met my best friend now at this moment in time in our lives, I don't think we would even be friends, let alone best friends, because we are so opposite to each other. I met my best friend when I was 7 years old, and that is gosh, 21 minus 7 is 24. 24 years of solid friendship. And back then, our personalities, being 7 years old, we were tiny humans, they weren't properly formed then. So what did we have in common? We had the toys that we liked to play with. We had the games at school that we liked to play. But now, us being in our 30s, we're very much fixed in our personalities and our ways of thinking, and they really do clash. But because we love each other and because we appreciate each other and we have such a rich and long long history together, regardless of whether we don't see eye to eye, she is still down for me. And that is how I know that she is my best friend over just being a mere friend to me. So there you go. You don't have to be able to finish each other's sentences for you guys to be best friends. Silence is truly golden around your best friend. And what I mean by that is that you don't even have to talk for you to have that feeling in yourself that you are completely satisfied and content. You guys are just happy that that other person is there, and you don't need to be thinking 3 steps ahead. What do I say to this person to keep the conversation going? Otherwise it's going to get awkward. No, you know you've reached that boss level in your friendship when even the experience of silence is truly magical when you experience it together. It's cool, it's whatever, it's no big deal that we're not talking. My best friend and I went to Aruba together. We were on this luxurious holiday on a beautiful Caribbean island. 40% of the time we weren't talking to each other. Yeah, we were side by side, lounging at the pool, reading magazines, scrolling on our phones, and we would not say a peep to each other, and it was bisto. Look, friends will try and fill silences because they feel awkward, or they might even think something is wrong with you, or that they have done something to you. They might even think you two are growing apart because you have nothing to say to each other. Best friends will not be afraid to call you out on your BS. Friends will, because they either think it's not their place to, or that they will risk damaging your friendship. That's just a sign of the insecurity they have towards your friendship. Your best friend will judge you and put you in your place. But the difference between judgment from a best friend and judgment from a friend is that a friend's judgment or advice you can really dismiss. But a best friend's advice, ooh, that just gets you right there. You respect what they're saying 100%. You might not agree with it, you might not take it on board, but you know that they have your best intentions at heart. See, your best friend can judge you but still love you. A friend may judge you but not have the ability or the stamina or the tolerance to stay with you and be your friend any longer. If you constantly ignore their advice, go against them, act a fool, they will leave you. Your best friend loves you for you, just as you are. They've seen you at your best, but they have also seen you at your worst, and they are still down for you. There have been times in my life where I could admit that I have not been the best friend that I needed to be. I have even put my relationships ahead of even my best friend, but your best friend will be able to forgive you even if you haven't sought forgiveness from them. It's like when you forget about your best friend or your friends because life is going so great for you, you just don't have time, you're focused on certain things, you're getting your happiness and you're getting your fulfillment from other people or things in your life, but then it all suddenly comes crashing down. Tell me, who is the first person that you turn to? Naturally, I think 90% of you out there will say you turn to your best friend. And the crazy thing is that they are still there for you regardless of your absence in their lives. And they will still fight for you and support you and remind you how much of a great person you are. When you feel at your lowest point, they will build you up. They truly are your number one fan, because friends won't be able to handle the realness that comes with you, that you have flaws and that you're not always perfect and that you might even disregard certain friends at times in your life. You cannot imagine life without them. They are so ingrained. Thinking about them not being there is, you can't even imagine it. My best friend has always said, even since we were kids, like little kids, she always said, I will follow you wherever you go, even down the aisle. She will be behind me holding my train. Wherever I go, whatever country I move to, she'll be there. She cray. Even though that sounds like a joke, I know it's 100% legit. Like, that girl will not let me go. And because she's been saying that forever, it has been implanted so deeply in my psyche that I really cannot see life without her. You even expect your best friend to be there during the most significant points in your life and even the insignificant ones. So ultimately, the difference between friends and best friends is that with friends, there is still an element of insecurity in your friendship. You're very aware about what the other one thinks and how they perceive you and how they feel about you and how that might reflect on your friendship and whether ultimately that person still wants to be your friend or not. But with best friends, you know, no matter what, that friend is not going anywhere. Right guys, that concludes this video. If you liked the content, please smash the like button once again. Also, comment down below, answer my question. How did you meet your best friend? How long have you been best friends for? And also subscribe to this channel. If you did enjoy this content and you want to see more, share it, tag your best friend today, show them some love, and I will see you in my next video. Guys, the heaters in my room have decided to come on. Hello? I'm just going to continue recording because they will quieten down, you know, in a second. Oh, you done now? Oh, there we go, done.